like, people be like, I'm on the moon. It's made of cheese.
Hello, everyone. Uh-oh. How's it going, everyone? How you guys doing tonight, today, wherever you're
Where's
from?
my cheese moon man? Cheese moon man.
Beer, cheese.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Yes, hello, and welcome, guys. Cheers to you guys. We got Chadeo, Bumpy Road Brews, East Coast LQ Reviews, and Sparkle, Mrs. Lori Finzer herself. Hell yeah. Good to have you guys here. Thanks for being on the panel again. Always good having you here. Chadeo's in Florida right now, living it up. So, hell yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Here as well. Cheers to the right side of our screen, the awesome chatters, the chat people. And we have a new person in here. We were introduced to you by Sparkle, and thanks for showing up. August's acrylic art. Cheers to you. Energy, and Creative Vibrations, and of course art by Sparkle, and Ryan's beer reviews here. Cheers, Ryan. All right, Ryan's killing it with the freaking reviews. Hell yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and hopefully we brought something interesting. I know I kind of maybe did. We'll see. Let's go ahead and bring you up. Let's bring Chadeo first. How about it?
All right.
Yeah.
I like art. So starting out is my cheese. I'll probably butcher the name. Cabo, pepper jack. Dad picked it up for me when he was out earlier. Looks
Nice.
good. Yep, pepper jack, natural cheese, and I got from Florida Avenue Brewing Company. It is their Passion of the Heights. It is a, where does it say right there? It's ale brewed with tropical tea blend and natural flavors. It is a tropical wheat ale. So there's that. Want me to pour it up?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay. Hopefully it doesn't explode everywhere. I'm sleeping on this. And a fancy glass I picked up in St. Pete on Saturday.
Nice. Oh, I love it.
Oh, I haven't washed it in a couple days.
That's cool. If you have any left over, you can put the lid on it.
Doesn't come with the lid, unfortunately. But yeah, it looks good. Nice. Wheat color. Can see a little bit of a pinkish in there from the passion fruit. About a 1 finger head. So yeah, looks good. Fairly hazy. Do I show the cheese as well?
You don't have. I mean, you showed it in the package. If you want, I mean, you can.
Yeah, that's in the package. I'll show it next time around.
Yeah.
I gotta go cut the cheese.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chadeo. Aren't you Bumpy? Hell yeah. We got Bumpy.
Bumpy.
Yeah. I don't know why those things are always like too low. Anyways, I'm just going to show my cheese in the package too. This is from Royal Hollandia, and it's called Very Berry Goat Cheese.
Nice.
So there you go. It's got all the little berries and stuff in there. It does give you pairing selections. I just noticed that. It says to pair this with a stout, a Riesling, or pistachios as a snack, I guess. But I don't have a stout, so I'm just pairing it with what I was going to pair it with because it's goat cheese. It's got fruits in it. So I got this fruited sour from Chadeo's neck of the woods out of WeldWorks Brewing Company. This is Arctic Tundra Boba.
Whoa.
It's and Imperial Sour Ale at 7% ABV. And it says it's with strawberry, peach, and raspberry boba syrups.
Mm.
I don't know what boba is. Is that like bubbly water or something? So yeah,
How do you spell boba?
BOBA.
Oh, okay. No, I thought if it was boba, it was okay. Got it.
So those bubble fruits or
It's like
something.
it's like those bubble teas,
Double
the
fruits.
tapioca at the bottom.
Oh, okay. Well, this has been sitting in my fridge forever.
This is their boba.
This is from February. It was canned in February of this year. Bought them for my wife, and she just doesn't drink them that much. So here we go. Let's pour it. I'm sure it will be fine. It's a sour and not a Christmas IPA from Alex's fridge. After seeing Drekkers and 450 North and all these other ones and the stuff from RAR, I was expecting it to be like a funky color, but it's not. It's just kind of a standard beer, yellowish orange. It's got a unfiltered haziness to it, and the head on it is white ish. It's kind of creamy white, and it's kind of lasting for a sour. It built a decent little kind of, I don't know, foamy kind of ish head. I'm sure gonna break down, but there we go. I'll open my cheese later.
Gotta be the boba.
Boba.
Thanks, Bumpy. Bumpy. All right, let's get on. Cheers. Let's get to Tanner here, East Coast LQ.
Cheers, Bumpy.
Cheers.
All right. So starting off, I kind of wrecked the label, but this is from Face Rock Creamery. It's their extra aged cheddar. It was $8. Actually, it was $1 off, so it was like $7. Pretty cool. Best Buy 11/24/23. So yeah, that's that. And then I'm gonna be pairing it with a Schwartz beer. This is from Austin Street, 4.9% alcohol by volume. Succinct. I think that's the actual name of the beer. Pretty cool. Side of the can there. Austin Street Brewery. Anything else? There's a date on it. 5/17/23. So not bad for a Schwartz beer. Should be good. So
yeah.
Pour it up in the Restall Craftmaster glass. No, I thought it was decent. Extra aged cheddar with a Schwartz beer. See how it goes.
Cool.
Try not to spill it. All right. Yeah, pitch black in appearance at the top, but then it kind of gets gradually towards that ruby hue at the bottom. See that? A kind of coffee cream getting towards a brownish head on top. Nice and sudsy. 2-finger holds some good retention. Yeah, it looks pretty solid. So we'll see what happens. Cheers.
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 Thanks, Tanner. All right. So we got Sparkle next.
All right. I have a new beer. It's called Get Elevated. It's an elevated IPA from Cumbra Brewing Company in New Mexico. It's an India Pale Ale, 7.2% alcohol. And I love this. It says, "Drink me now." This IPA has been brewed with an obscene amount of finest hops known to man. It's not meant to sit in the refrigerator. This gem is meant to be experienced fresh in all of its bitter, boldly hopped up glory. I love it when they have these really fun things on here.
Yeah.
And this is the can.
Oh, that Cumbre is great. They got
Is
great
that like
beer.
the coolest ever? I wish it
Mm.
was a peel away. I would.
That's awesome.
I love that brewery.
Yeah.
And my cheese is extremely special because my dear friend August was vacationing on Cuba Lake in Cuba Lake, New York, and he went to the Cuba cheese shop
Oh,
and
mama.
got me some of these wonderful little niblets. So, and these are the uh, Italian seasoned.
Oh
So I
my
am
God.
very excited. I have not had the Italian. I have had Cuba cheese. I love it dearly. And he was kind enough to send me a bunch of extra sharp cheddar as well as the plain and these. So I am very excited. Thank you, August. I love you. Okay, so now I'm going to open this up, see if it's nice little pop there. And of course, my beer time glass.
Yeah, it's beer time. It's beer time.
It's beer time. It's a very, very pretty color, very fall-like, um, mostly transparent. I mean, you can see my fingers. It's got, one knuckle of foam, which I'm sure will go down, but it looks marvelous, darling.
That does. That looks great.
There you have it.
Heck yeah. Thank you, Sparkle.
Yeah.
All right. So cheers to you. Let's get on to me. I'll show you the cheese first. It's one that I revisited like 2 times, the third time now. I was in a hurry, so I just got a strawberry spritz goat cheese. So it's strawberry flavored goat cheese. And I'm gonna mix it with something I never mixed it with before. Saw this, it was from Oakshire Brewing Company out of Eugene, Oregon. And it's their Big Black Jack. It's a pumpkin brown. And it's a Imperial pumpkin brown, 7.8% chocolate pumpkin porter.
Ooh.
Packaged on 8/14, very fresh, very fresh. And it's brewed with pumpkin, cocoa, and spices. So
Wow.
I've had this before, but another year ago, like 3 years ago, I think. Nice looking brown.
Wow.
Definitely looks like a brown ale. Nice fatty head, 2-finger. Oh, fuck. That smells good. All right. Really good. Cool. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get back to Chadeo and start this off with him. How about it? There we go. Mix you guys around so I know where.
Yep, I got it. So I cut it up nicely, as nice as I can do it, sitting on a bed. But yeah, I mean, if you look at the block, you can see some of the jalapeno peppers in there. It looks good. Pieces were cut nice. I gotta nicely put this back where it goes here. Put it in front of me, but individually, nice light color, very squishy, kind of like a spongy. Kind of squeeze it, goes back into place nicely. But yeah, aroma. Definitely get some saltiness. Can smell the jalapenos, just nice fresh jalapenos. Okay. Cheese.
Cheeser.
Cheezers.
Okay.
Cheese.
Definitely, it's nice and melty. Definitely a really good melting cheese. It was really just, as I'm biting out, just melts right in the mouth, coats the tongue. Yeah, I'm getting it's not really spicy, but you get that jalapeno flavor, and oh, that's really good. Get the milk flavor as well. And there's a little salty, but it works well with the creaminess, as Alex likes to say, and the jalapeno. No, for the beer, going for the aroma. Definitely picking up strongly the tropical tea. A little bit of the wheat that's in it, but yeah, I mean, it's still getting some effervescence. Maybe you can see it, probably not. A little bit.
Yep.
Well, I was worried that there's going to be floaties in here because I think there's one in Colorado. I think they're still around called like Mama Bears or whatever. It's like a tea infused wheat ale, and it just always have floaties in there from the tea. But cheers, give her a try.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Huh. I'm getting passion fruit, getting that for sure. Guava, pineapple, maybe some cinnamon in there. Yeah, getting some cinnamon and some other nice spices. It's really good. Nice and refreshing after walking around an amusement park on a hot day today.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah. Very crushable, very easy drinking. Can I say the ABV?
Yeah.
Okay. You got so many shows. It's only 4.7%. It's absolutely crushable. I did have one earlier in the swimming pool after we came back from the amusement park, and it was awesome. Just floating around a pool. All right. I'm going to do cheese before beer real quick. Cheesers.
Cheezers. And cheers.
Cheezers.
Fruitiness from the beer works really well. It brings out the spiciness. It brings out the jalapenos. Like now it's starting to burn the tongue a little bit after mixing that together. It's almost like a tropical drink, you know, you put a little spiciness in it. Yeah, it works well. Flavors interacted nicely. I didn't think this was actually going to work, and so far it's working out very well. All right, beer before cheese.
And again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That passion fruit just bursts out. And then it just kind of on the back end, the spice kind of comes through nicely too. It's really good. I'll have a number next time around for both of them. Cheers.
Awesome. Cheers,
Cheers.
man. All right. Up next
Cheers,
is Bumpy.
All right. So I got this berry goat cheese, which I cut up into staves, basically. So some aromas. Getting the berry, the strawberry note. It was more prominent when I first took it out of the package because it was like all those aromas were just kind of kept in by the plastic. So when I first opened it, it was like, wow, oh yeah, it smelled like a raspberry, just a berry blend yogurt, basically. But yeah, so you kind of getting the berry now. I mean, it's starting to fade, or I'm getting used to it, but it's still there. There's a little bit of the kind of goaty cheese smell. It's kind of, I don't want to say mildewy, but it's got this slight funk, but a very, very slight funk. It's almost like funky clay Madonna. That's pretty much it. Let's eat it. It's sliced it. Oh, it's sliced it. It's sliced it. Nice. It's sliced.
It's a slice of nice.
With like, it stayed together. It didn't crumble. It's not a crumbly goat cheese. It's not a pasty goat cheese. It's a solid, like a cheddar type form goat cheese, but it's very soft. It's not super hard.
Jesus. Cheesers.
Caesars.
I thought you said Jesus.
Jesus.
So it does have like little berry seeds and stuff that kind of pop every now and then. Kind of get that. Yeah, the goatiness of it, that kind of slight funky clay-like flavor is pretty prominent. There is some of the berries getting kind of that blackberry. Not so much the strawberry on the flavor. It's more like the blackberry or raspberry type note. I mean, those are kind of dominant flavors anyways. Yeah. It's all right. A little more berry in that one. That must have had a good bit of berry in it. This goat cheese, like flavor of this goat cheese itself, isn't my type of goat cheese. Like I like those kind of more decadent ones, the ones you see drizzled with honey, the kind of smeary ones. They just seem to have that kind of real funk to them, that kind of lactobacillus type funky funk. This is just like I said, like kind of like a damp clay, like down your basement. It's got this like kind of mildew funk almost, but not quite mildew. I don't know, musty esque. All right, the beer. I do get kind of a yeasty bread note from the beer. There is the berries. There's a banana type note coming through. Yeah, it's strawberry kind of foremost, with some of the kind of raspberry note, banana. But there is that mix of yeasty breadiness as well. Not a super potent nose, but it's all right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, Bumpy.
Cheers.
Yeah, this one's got kind of like a lighter side medium body. It's drying to the palate. Carbonation, I'd say, is kind of, oh boy, go back to that carbonation. Yeah, it's pretty low on the carbonation. A little fine carbonation bubbles, but it's not super spritzy at all. This has been sitting around for 8 months, so not sure if that has anything to do with it. I didn't have these fresh because I didn't buy them for myself, but they're just sitting there taking up space. So we gotta get rid of one tonight. It definitely has the same flavors that are on the nose. It's very yeasty, bready. There's a good amount of strawberry, banana notes coming through. It's refreshing. It's decent. It's one of those ones that doesn't drink like a beer. I'd say not exactly. It's like a super yeasty bready. It's definitely a different beer base flavor. But yeah, it doesn't like taste like a Berliner Weiss. It doesn't quite get the sourdough breadiness or whatnot. But yeah, let's go ahead and eat the cheese and then drink the beer. Cheesers. Big chunk.
Cheesers.
Cheesers.
Oh, shit. Cheers.
Cheers.
Please be good.
Please be delicious, Bumpy.
Yes.
Well, the beer definitely makes the berry flavors pop. Probably more so just because the beer has the berry flavors in it, and that's what I'm tasting, and not coming out of the cheese. It does mask a little bit of that kind of the cheese itself, just a little bit, and then it does kind of have a sharp bite afterwards from the cheese itself. But I'd say that the beer, with the flavors out of the beer, they kind of mimic slightly the flavors out of the cheese. I mean, there are a few of the same types of berries in both the beer and the cheese. All right, we're gonna beer cheese.
Cheezers.
Jabirs.
Cheers. That's a good one.
Yeah, so drinking the beer and then eating the cheese, basically, I'm not getting any berry notes out of the cheese at that point. It just tastes like I'm eating that kind of, I already said it, the base cheese. It's not a fun goat cheese for me.
Damn it. Why? God dang it. It wasn't delicious.
Hang it. Take the cheese and hang it.
Yeah. Ooh, the belch was full of berries and banana.
Oh, that sounds good.
All right, that's all I got.
All right.
It's a good
I'll
name
probably
for a
try to
beer.
pass the cheese off to the dogs.
Dang it, cheese.
Belching berries. That's a good name for a beer.
Belgian berries.
Belgian. Yeah, and it could be a Belgian style beer.
Yeah.
Belgian berries.
Belgian berries. Or Belgian beaver.
Cheers, man. Thank
Yeah.
you. And who do we have now?
Serve that one.
Tanner, Mr. Tanner, Mr. Tanner.
Me?
Oh, wake up, Tanner.
It is Tanner's
All
turn.
right. So first, we're gonna go over the Austin Street Schwarzbier. Schwarzbier. All right. Already went over the appearance. Lots of condensation. It is kind of warm in here. Nose.
Oh,
It's got a good amount of like roasted coffee, caramel. Unreal. Dark chocolate. A little bit of some raisin in there. But overall, it smells pretty good. It's more kind of just like roasted coffee with dark chocolate and a very subdued nose. It's not like super jumping out of the glass because it is a Schwarzbier. 4.9. Smells pretty good. Nothing really offensive on the nose. Smells like it's going to be pretty drinkable. Let's go for the taste. Cheers.
It's awesome.
cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
Yeah. It's definitely I always like to compare it to a porter because of course, a porter's lagers as well. It's a beer question for
Wait, what? What happened?
Well, there's the Baltic porters, which are more often
porters
than not
normally
lager.
ales. What are porters normally?
Typically, it'd be an ale, but there's
Well, what I was getting at is it's not as like robust. It's not as like mouthfeel. It doesn't have that like solid medium, almost going towards high mouthfeel. These are definitely in that lighter, going towards medium. Maybe more on the medium side as far as the drinkability. It's very bready. There's a nice bready floral aspect to it. A little bit of like a citrusy floral on the finish. But for the most part, you're getting a lot of that like dark chocolate coffee, roasted kind of bitterness going on. Yeah, overall, it's a solid beer. I like it. I think this was maybe like 15, 16 bucks for a 4-pack. And I just saw Schwartz beer when we went to the Packy. So I was just kind of sold. I do like, because you don't really see them too often. But I really wanted to try like a craft version of one, or like just like someone who's not from Germany. Because typically you see them in just like regular German import sections. But yeah, I think overall they did pretty good with this. Let's move on to the cheese now. This is the Face Rock Extra Aged Cheddar. Now, when I was first cutting it, it was very oily and a little bit more on the soft and creamy side. Now that I've kind of waited, however long the show's been, like 25 minutes once it got to me. It's kind of dried up now. Very crumbly nose. Oh, it's a white cheese kind of going towards yellow white cheese, but yeah, it's kind of got that slight cheddar funk, nutty, salty, a little sweet, a little bit of caramel. Yeah, it smells pretty good. $8 for a block. I think it was a 6-ounce block. So yeah, let's dive in. Cheesers.
Cheeser.
Tweezers.
It's like a slice of butter melting on a big old pile of flapjacks. Yeah. It is very buttery. There's a little bit of like nuttiness on the back end. What I think I noticed right away, because I did have a couple slices while I was waiting, it's got a very good balance of dry / creamy. So I'm left with like you still kind of salivate after you finish the slice. But usually with some extra age, I get like that big, strong astringency. I think the Kerrygold one was kind of like that, but I like the flavor. I like the finish. I think to compare it to that one, the Kerrygold had like more of an intense finish, but this one seems a little bit more creamier, a little bit more milky, creamy, buttery. It's a pretty good cheese. I do like it. I think I kind of like it over the Kerrygold, which I'm pretty sure I give a pretty high score. But yeah, I like that it's a good balance of the creamy / dry. Left with a lot of that nuttiness on the back end. Yeah, it's a solid cheese. This is definitely one of those cheeses that you put on like a charcuterie board. Have with some crackers. Maybe even this probably go good with some wine, but it's pair it with Schwartz beer. So, cheesers.
Yeah, beers.
Cheers.
Chubbies.
Oh, that really bumped up the maltiness. Malty sweet. Really took away like almost completely the astringency. Yeah, the sweetness in this totally just bumped up caramel malt when you had it with the cheese. Let me go get one more slice.
Beers again.
Caesars again.
Bon appetit cheese.
Bon appetit cheese. I like that.
Lots of breadiness. Yeah, totally just kind of enhances the sweetness. Kind of gets rid of the that slight it kind of gets rid of the roasty coffee aspect in the Schwartz beer. Now, I think depending on which way you want to go with this, you would say that the pairing doesn't really make sense because it kind of cuts through what you're looking forward to in this, because it kind of turned into like somewhat reminiscent of like an Oktoberfest. But overall, I think it's pretty good. I like it. I'm gonna sit here, pair on it a little bit longer, and have some rains next time around. Cheers. Thanks for having me, beer man.
Cheers. Thank you, man. Right on. All right, so now we have a lady who calls herself Sparkle.
I know, right?
Sparkle.
Okay.
Cheers, Sparkle.
He was a lady.
It actually still has some little bit of bubbles going on, which is kind of cool. Smells a little bitter. You know how I feel about bitter, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Has some orange essence, grapefruit rind, oops, right in there.
You pulled a me.
I could go further, but I'm not gonna. Some spiciness, maybe a little bit of, maybe a little coriander. We'll see. All right. And yes, it does have a teeny little head still on there, August. All right, let's taste this.
Cheers. Slunch.
Whew. Definitely bitter.
Oops.
I feel like I've just rubbed the grapefruit and lemon and orange rind out down my tongue. For those that like bitter beers, you'd love it. I don't dislike it. It's just not my fave. Sweet on the back end, though, which is a savior. All right. Okay. We'll see what happens.
Sweet on
Now for the cheese. I'm so excited about this. Can you tell? Okay. Now, this appears to have some red pepper flakes, so it could be interesting. Oh my gosh. Smells like a Caesar salad. or a salad with lots of oregano and basil and thyme. Oh, smells delightful. All right. I think I have my new fave of cheese curd. Definitely sparking up my tongue with those red pepper flakes. Oh, it's wonderful. It is. It's very creamy. It's got some buttery texture. You can still taste that there's cheese. It's not just all seasoning. Very well blended. Yeah, it creates a little sweetness on the aftertaste. Curious to see what happens with the beer. So I'm going to take one of these. Any excuse to have more, right? I'm going to take one of these. I can't say that it knocked down the bitterness of the beer, but with those herbs and spices, it kind of kicked it up to a very interesting flavor. It blended nicely. It did bring a little bitterness out of the Italian seasoning. I think it'd be great with pizza, though. I think this beer would be really good if the sauce was on the sweet side.
Yeah.
Okay. One more sip.
That's a Westie, right? That's a Westie IPA. I think it is.
India Pale Ale.
Yep. Yeah, it'd be a Westie or a West Coast. Yep. Looks
Yeah,
like a West Coast.
New Mexico. Actually, the cheese after the beer took some of that bitterness away. Great blend. It calmed down the herbs a little bit. It's a nice, I would probably do it after the beer or with it, either way. But yeah, it's not overpowering. It's not as overpowering with the beer after the beer. So, August, I can't thank you enough. I love it. You're a doll. I'm
And
done.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That freaking cheese, those sound good. Damn.
It's
Oh my god.
all of the Cuba cheese. I mean, they're curds, they're dill curd.
Yeah. Oh,
They're
dill.
all they're rich with the milk. They're rich with the creaminess. They blend the seasonings beautifully,
Jeez.
and it can be sent. He sent this to me from the store, so you can get
Wow.
it sent to you, and it's worth it. It's wonderful.
That is great. Well, thanks, August, for sending those to Sparkle. That's great. Cool. Thank you, Sparkle. Cheers. Cheers to you. I love your backdrop too, by the way. That's really cool.
Thank you.
Looks neat. Well, cool. I'm gonna get into the beer first. So, those that didn't see what I have, this is an Imperial Chocolate Pumpkin Porter from Oakshire Brewing out of Eugene, Oregon. It's called their Big Black Jack. And it's still cold. We're good. We're like 55, 60 degrees, maybe 55 degrees. That's what it looks like. It has really nice head retention. It's holding a nice little rim around there. It's not going down. It's totally covered with foam still on the top, leaving a nice little spray of looks like a hairdo or something. But let's get into the nose. The nose. The nose tells me I got pumpkin. I got some squashy pumpkin. It's not a over-seasoned pumpkin. It's not all spicy. It's not fake smelling. It's not chemical. It's totally like real squash, gourdy kind of pumpkin. And then you got that chocolate with the porter, the malts, the roasted malts, and I think they added cocoa to it. Yeah, they did. So you're getting that cocoa in there as well. It's more of like a semi-sweet. Almost tastes like they've put lactose in this, perhaps, to sweeten it or creamy it up, sweeten up the chocolate smell somewhat. But very nice. It's almost got a little bit of a cinnamon, which they said spices were put in. There is a little pinch of cinnamon or something to that sense, I guess. I don't know, maybe. But it smells really good. Actually smells like a cinnamon Mexican chocolate or something like that, like a spicy Mexican chocolate kind of thing. Without the spice, it's not heaty. Dark beer though, dark brown, dark. It looks black through the bulb. At the bottom, you can see like a more of a like almost like a chocolate Tootsie Roll brown or something, lighter brown. Nice khaki to cocoa head, light cocoa head. Let's drink it. Cheers.
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 Excuse me, man.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's really good. That has a nice balance all around. You're getting that squashy, gourdy kind of pumpkin squash thing, and you're everything the aromas I had. It was just right there. That cinnamon, I think, is their main spice that they put in. along with the chocolate. It's really, really nice. It's got a nice dry finish, kind of dries off. It's not sweet. It's not overly sweet at all. It's just really very nice and balanced in every aspect. The body is a medium body. The mouthfeel is somewhat creamy and smooth. And then it has that nice little dry, dark chocolatey kind of dryness or something. It doesn't taste like dark chocolate, but it's got like that dry kind of, if you were to eat some baker's chocolate or something, it just kind of dries your mouth a little bit. I need some sugar and some water, But this is, and the cinnamon kind of rides right in the puddle of your tongue, right in the middle, and then it kind of pushes through into like a watery dryness in the back. The alcohol is so hidden in this. It's absolutely amazing how it's. I mean, I can't even 7.8. No.
Chocolate pumpkin pie.
Oh yeah. No, in a beer for real. Oh my goodness, beer hounds! Thank you, beer hounds. That is enough, and I'm gonna have to go get that now. I can't find a 32 ounce though. All right, I'm going to get. This is really good. Now we're gonna get into the cheese, which is a strawberry. See, me and Bumpy are thinking on the same level here. Only mine's at one of them tubes that you can smear the cheese, the softer cheese. But it's a strawberry spritz, Vermont Creamery, and put that on there. Even though I've been eating it a little already, I had this before twice, but that's what that looks like. Those nice tubes, and it's very soft. Oh shit, ants, come on in. Yeah, very soft and like smushy, mushy, and
Smushy.
this definitely has the goat cheese, the funky kind of almost. There's a little bit of like a slight lemon spritz in it, and a funk, and then you get into like the strawberry part, like little parts of strawberry. You can really get that It's like very balanced within in the aromas, so you get the strawberry mixed in with all that. It's like on my fingers, I can't even. It's like an M&M. It melts in your hands, not in your mouth, or it's in your mouth, not in your hands. All right, let's eat this. Cheers.
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 Oh my god! I wish I had a strawberry sour, fruited sour. Oh my god! A pureed sour. These go so good with those. But I've done those too many times with that style of beer. I just did not want to. I didn't want to do it again. So we're totally mixing it up today. That is so good. It just mushes in your mouth. It smashes up against the roof of your palate, your hard palate, soft palate, tongue, on the side of the cheeks. Just goes and smothers everything, almost like you smothered it on your bread, on your toast, whatever you do with goat cheese. But it's very good. It's got a nice salty salinity kind of thing. It's got the strawberry pulling through very lovely, very elegantly, like just perfectly kind of rides within it. And then you get this nice funky funk, that funky citrusy kind of goaty kind of cheese that is in it as well, of course. So it's just really nice. I want to keep eating it. I want to keep taking chunks and just throwing it in my mouth. And I know it'll clog my ass in the morning, but we're gonna do it. So let's have some cheese before. Let's go chip beers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Got little pieces of strawberry in it. They're like flavor crystals. Whoa, that's weird. Whoa, the cinnamon and the chocolate come through big time. The pumpkin goes away and mixes in with the strawberry. The strawberries taste like strawberries, and what's that? Willy Wonka. Okay,
Yeah.
Snosh berries taste like fucking berries. No, but that the berry goes in with the pumpkin-y gourdy taste that I was getting, and then you just get the cinnamon and the chocolate, kind of the roasted thing going on. It actually brings out the chocolate and the roasted malts a little more in this, so that's really nice. A little bit of a slight caramel or something coming through as well, through the beer, I think, for the most part, of course. Very nice. That goes really good. Let's do the beer and then the cheese.
Cheezers.
Cheers.
Jesus, Mr. Beer Man.
Cheers.
Oh, it tasted nutty for a moment there. First result was a nuttiness. There was a nut, like a peanut or a walnut. And then it went into
nuts.
then it went into the cheese. The cheese kind of smothered it like a fire, you know, like a
show, Bumpy.
fire extinguisher taken out of fire. You know, it just smothered all the beer in my mouth. But at the beginning, it was very nutty. That was weird. Anyway, that wasn't bad. I think I liked it better with the cheese before, though, for sure. So good stuff. It was a good mix. Try it out for yourself. Cheers. All right, let's get back to Chadeo. Let's get our last thoughts going. All right.
I almost said that's what she said.
Yeah, well, you just did, so there you go.
Yes.
Nice.
I'm trying to my camera. All right. So starting out with the beer, the Passion of the Heights from Florida Avenue Beer Company. I am on my second one right now. It's really yummy. It's really good. It's different. I probably would not have bought it if I would have realized it was like tea infused, but I was kind of being rushed at the grocery store. But it's really, really good. I enjoy it. Like I said, I had one in the pool earlier. And it was just perfect after walking 5 miles at an amusement park. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a 90. Give it a 94. Solid A. Pretty good. I would get it again if I could. Now for the cheese, the Cabot Pepper Jack. Very, very good. Nice medium cheese. I left quite a bit for my folks to have some if they want some, whenever they want it. But the cheese, I'll give it a 96. Combination, it worked. Like, I didn't think it would, the fruity with the spicy, but it absolutely worked. I enjoyed it. If I could, I would probably do this pairing again, but unfortunately, I don't get that pair in Colorado, so I'm going to give it a 98 overall. I really enjoyed it. It really surprised me how well it worked together. So cheers, beer man. Cheers, everybody.
Nice. Cheers. That was great.
Did you draw that picture yourself behind you, Chadeo?
No, Pasto did.
The man of La Mancha.
That's awesome. Yeah, it is the man of La Mancha.
La Mancha.
Cheers, Chadeo. Thanks, man. Good stuff. All right. Now, hear this. We have Bumpy. Hello, Bumpy.
Is this live? Is this real life? The cheese. I'm not a big fan of this cheese. I personally wouldn't buy it again. I'm sure somebody out there would like it. It wasn't the worst cheese I've had, but yeah, just the base of this goat cheese wasn't something I thought to be spectacular. And the berries, they were there in the aromas, mostly in the beginning. Not a whole hell of a lot of berry note going on though on the actual palate. The beer, on the other hand, did bring forth a lot of the berry notes and stuff. But for the cheese, I'd score it somewhere like around a 35. Give it like a 35, 36 out of 50. So I'd say that it's edible. It's edible to good. The beer, it's not the freshest beer. So I'm not sure if there's a difference from when it was first packed to when I had it now, but it was all right. I mean, it does kind of have a bit more of a sweeter side to it. So, I mean, I'm still drinking on it, so it is becoming kind of a shorter drink. It's only 7% too, but flavors were pretty decent. Like I said, it did have kind of this yeasty bread note to it. Kind of an odd base. It's kind of like just an odd base night, I guess, tonight. The odd base for the cheese and odd base for the beer. But I'd give this beer like a 38 out of 50. Say it's good.
Good. All right.
Yeah. And as far as the pairing went, I think it worked going cheese and then beer for the most part. I mean, it definitely, at least the berry notes and stuff worked well. So
Nice.
that's it. Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. I need to get a hard goat cheese. I like the hard goat cheeses, man. That sounded like it would be pretty good. Cool, man. Cheers, Bumpy.
Cheers.
All right. Let's get on to Tanner.
All right. So for the I guess you're gonna call it Succinct by Austin Street Brewery, their Schwartz beer. This is definitely a little bit more drinkable than your typical Schwartz beer. With that being said, it was kind of a little bit thinner in flavor. So I guess depending on which route you want to take, as far as if you want a Schwartz beer that's a little bit more like mouthfeel, a little bit more prominent in flavor, or do you want a Schwartz beer that has that Schwartz beer flavor but super drinkable? So, like I said, can go either way. Overall, I think it's a pretty good product. Like comparing it, I think the last Schwartz beer I had was probably a German one, but I've also had a Schwartz beer by Treehouse that was very good, but that was definitely a little bit more on the thicker side. Comparing the two, this is way more drinkable than that. You could actually get through maybe a couple cans of this. That was like a one and done kind of Schwartz beer. Overall, this is it's a solid product. I do like it. I'm gonna give it a 93 out of 100. As far as the cheese, I like the cheese, and thinking about it for the past couple, however long, and it's got a good amount of flavor, and it has that good kind of mouthfeel that I really enjoy. But one thing I did kind of realize is that because it wasn't as astringent, it didn't really have the texture, or maybe that's the case. But I wasn't really getting any flavor crystals. Now I know that's a big prominent factor when it comes to extra aged cheddars, and I would say that I would sacrifice the creaminess for maybe some crystals. I don't know if maybe it has to be as dry of a cheese to get to that point where you do get those flavor crystals, or maybe you can get it in a creamy one. But I know typically the drier cheeses have that flavor crystal crunch, right? Would you say?
Yep. The aged ones, the drier aged ones, or what? I guess the
Have
aging
more of that flavor crystal.
Crunchy.
Overall, because the Kerrygold did have that, this one didn't.
Right.
So I'm still gonna give this a 95 out of 100. It was really good cheese, and as far as the two, I think that they worked well together, but there was two different outlooks. Like I said, it kind of made it just super malty sweetness, and it kind of took away from that roasty aspect that you kind of want with the Schwartz beer. So as far as a pairing, there was nothing offensive, and it worked. But I don't know if this is going to be the cheese that you want to pair with this beer, because it kind of takes from the whole aspect of the flavor profile. But overall, I enjoyed it. So, I mean, I could say it worked, and I'd give the pairing right around I'd say 92. It's pretty good. So,
Awesome.
Cheers.
Cool.
Cheers.
Sorry about the burp. Cheers. Cheers. Awesome.
Cheers.
All right.
Cheers.
So
You missed my big burp, man. I went like this because it was going to be huge. Anyway, all bitterness aside, because I don't want to let that affect. I've had other bitter beers, and this one, I like it as far as a bitter beer. And I would probably put this at about 85%. I'd have to probably do like a beer tasting, a flight to taste other bitter beers to make sure. But it was pretty good for those that like bitter beers. I'm still saying bitter beer without babbling. Anyway, so that I think is fine. Now, obviously, the cheese gets 100%. Um, for the pairing, I did like the cheese afterwards. It kind of mellowed out that bitterness. It still left the wonderful, um, herbal essence or herbalness of the cheese. I did find actually that it brought out some garlic, which I didn't taste at first. So doing that after the beer kind of brought that garlic in, kind of blended it up really nice. So obviously the cheese gets 100%.
Awesome.
So yeah, it was wonderful. It was wonderful experimenting with that.
Cool. Oh, that's great. All right. Well, thank you, Angie.
Yep.
Cheers to you. All right. Let's give you my last thought. Well, the beer was fucking great. Is great. I'm still drinking it. Very strong, a stronger imperial, of course, brown. Very good though. Just the balance of it was amazing. Excuse me, I'm still drinking you. Is amazing. It's got such a great balance. The that squashy kind of thing, and then the cinnamon and chocolate. It's just so nice. And the kind of the acridity of the malts, the roasted malts is really not. It kind of it's not. It seems like it's pretty balanced with the hops they did. They did a nice number there, and then mixing all the adjuncts in, it was really really good. So I'm gonna give the beer a freaking 97 out of 100. Probably one of the better. I could go higher, but I haven't tried any more pumpkin ones lately, so I want to kind of get an idea. So 97, I think, for now on this. That could in the future, if I had it again, would probably go to 100. It's that good. So, in fact, I might even have to go get a couple of these and just send them to a couple people just in case you want to try. But if I can find it again, but yeah. And you can age this a little bit, you know. You don't have to worry about, off flavors too much, I don't think. So, and the cheese was just fantastic. It was an amazing cheese. It's an amazing goat cheese. Vermont Creamery, they do a very good job with their cheeses, as well as I'm sure their other products. They sell it in the worst grocery store ever, but that's okay. I hate the grocery store I go and get this at, but good old Fred Meyer, or Kroger for some of you. Just a lot of bossy people in there, weird, shitty people. But this is a good cheese. And I really like the chunks of strawberry. I love goat cheese very, very much. This particular style of goat cheese, I like the smushy cheeses. It's just so good. And I would give this a 100 because I really like it. It's delicious. It's something that I would totally recommend anyone try if they haven't had it already. And the mix, the comparison, the pairing. Let's get into that. It was definitely a cheese before beer winner. And it's weird. It brought out, it wasn't the greatest pairing, but it was still decent. But it did bring out, what it did do is it brought out more of the acrid feel of the malts and the bitterness, like the bitterness level of the malts, like the dark malts, that roasty char taste. It brought out the kind of more of a bready, dark brown bread crust kind of bread thing. And then also the hops even popped a little through it. But then you start getting into that mushiness starts to reside all in your mouth, and you start getting that goat and the flavors from the goat cheese, the flavors from the strawberry, and it just really like absorbed through it and went really nicely. So that really settled it for me. I'm going to give this a 90 out of 100, maybe 89, 90, but still at the B minus, A minus, or B plus A minus range. So a very good, something to try if anything, if you'd like. So yeah, good. All right, let's go ahead and open the cage, and we're just gonna leave it small, and go ahead and do some shout outs. Let me mix y'all up or get y'all together here first. Come on, move. My mouse isn't working. There we go. All right, guys, go ahead and do your thing. Do your thing.
Who? Me?
Starting with you.
Okay.
You.
Shout outs.
Get it together, Chadeo.
I'm sorry, jet lagged, even though it's not an excuse. I've been here long enough. It's not an excuse. Just a long day night. The other day I did a hot wing or kind of a hot sauce challenge with my brother, kind of like the hot ones with wings. We started out mild and went up to, oh my God, my whole face is on fire. But check out that video. It's up on YouTube. I think it's called like Hot Ones Family Edition or something I called it. But yeah, it was a lot of fun to do that with him. Shout out. I'm gonna steal one from Mr. Beerman. I'm gonna steal Beer Hounds. Bill, check out Bill. Check out Beer Hounds. Really good guy, very inspirational. He does inspirational videos every day. He does beer reviews. He's a very funny guy. You've probably seen him up on panels, but hopefully we can get him to do some live streams soon because I think he'd be very entertaining as a host. Cheers.
Definitely. Cheers.
Cheers.
Gracias. Amigo.
Bumpy.
What about me?
You're up, dude.
Yeah, I got like really not much going on. Trying to put out like a video or so a week if I can. 50-point inspections on beer. Yeah, other than that, not much. Getting a little bit more involved in the whiskey type stuff, mostly with Tanner, but he can talk about that when it comes time for him. Yeah. I don't know. Last week it was fun hanging out with Mallory from Imperfectly Me Crafts. She stopped over. I believe we were on Alex's show. Bill was there. I went to bed, and I guess everybody else went to bed much later. But anyways, yeah. Shout out to Imperfectly Me Crafts with Mallory and Chew, and that's it. Good night.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
First, some artist shout outs. Creative Inspirations by Angie. And also, of course, August Art. I'm sorry, August, I can't remember the full name. And some beer reviews or beer shout outs. And I'm sorry, I don't watch you as often as I should, but I do try to catch up. And that is Miscellaneous Beer Reviews and Beer House. So I want to shout those out.
Nice. Good stuff. Thank you. Thank you, Lori. Thank you.
Oh, is it me? All right. Yeah. Shout outs. So, yeah, we've been doing some live stream examinations of some whiskeys with me, Dan, and Bumpy. We did Maker's Mark, Four Roses, Wild Turkey, 101 versus Russell 10 comparison. That was pretty fun. So, yeah, next Monday, I believe, we're going to be doing a 1792 small batch review. So if you can get your hands on it, definitely you're more than welcome to join. Yeah, it should be fun. We throw out like a 100-point scoring system. So it's a little bit more intense than like just a typical review, but we do it together, so it's fun. Then we try to convince each other. There you go, Bumpy's got the bottle.
That's what it
Try to
looks
convince
like.
each other either to go up or down in certain categories. So yeah, it's a good time. I've definitely been enjoying doing it. Other than that, just look out for more beer reviews, whiskey reviews, liquor reviews in general. Been doing some tequilas and rums. So that'll be probably like 8:30 on Monday. So yeah, look out for that. And then shout outs for some other people. Check out Curiosity Public. I watch a lot of their reviews. Pretty fun to watch. And also, yeah, shout out Alex. No,
You did.
check out Alex the Beer Master if you haven't checked him out already. And Thomas Mel 75. Cheers.
He's on 9 times a week.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So Beer and Cheese Tuesday is same as always. Bring it if you'd like to be up here. Had a great panel today. Usually it's the 2 ladies and the 2 men, but we had a great panel. I mean, this is good. I'm liking this. I like it with more people. I like it with more people. I think it's fun. So I like it with even a couple people. That's okay too. But 8:00 Eastern every Tuesday. If you'd like to be on this, just let me know. My email's on my About page and my YouTube. You can also find me at Beerman, BIERMANN on Facebook. Someone already took Beerman there. Wednesday, tomorrow night is all spun out. So that starts at 3:00 Pacific, 6:00 Eastern. And I throw out, we spin a wheel at the end, and it's a couple of adjectives you get. You go find a beer based on those 2 words. And we also started a new thing, thanks to Tanner. That guy right there. Where is he? Yes, that guy. Thanks to Tanner, East Coast Alky Reviews, for mentioning let's do a guess the ABV. As long as we can cover up those flipping numbers on the can, we'll be just fine. But yeah, so we do that in the middle. It's no more topics. That guy got old. I couldn't think of any more things. So thank you. Yeah, so we'll do that. And then I'll, let's see. I don't have any more beer reviews. I have a couple I bought for our shows, and then a couple to do reviews on, I think, unless I get drunk and drink them. But I am brewing on Thursday. I've got it scheduled for 10, so I got to make sure that I have everything ready Wednesday morning to make that happen. If not, I'm going to end up starting late again, but that's okay. Fuck it. So we're brewing a triple New England IPA. Hopefully, I hope it gets to a 10%. And this is for Ridgeopolis' friend Bear. He does reviews with him every once in a while. Big burly guy, and he likes some big beers. So do that, and then we got one for Beer Hounds coming up soon as well. I need to get the recipe. I got to get all that ingredients. I got to buy the ingredients for that. So look out for that in the next 3-ish weeks or so. It's going to be a little while in between these 2 beers. But 3 people to shout out. I just went on a live with Shark Brewing and Adventures. We did a review of 2 of my beer, one of my beers, a couple of the beers. And good dude, good guy. We talked about home brewing and just he knows a lot, very informative, very good dude, very nice guy out of the Southern California area where I was raised as well. And then we have, so his last thing was he does want to learn about hops. Does a lot of those. Also does some short lives where he just talks about things, life, home brewing, this, that. And then we got Finru Home Brewing. He just put up a chili lager, a Cooper's Vintage 2022, back into all grain. So he's always doing all grain again. So he's not doing his boxes anymore. He was doing pre-made boxes there for a while. So go check out Marty there. And then Miscellaneous Brew Reviews. I bet you didn't think I was going to mention you, bro. Love you, man. You're my brother from another mother as well as Bill and every other guy up here. And Sparkle's my sister from another mister. All right. But he did a day ago. He did Slow Ass Sundays. He's been doing a lot of lives as well. Always has it. My wife always loves listening to all the guys on the panel. It's funny. We just sit there and laugh when we're not involved. It's kind of funny, but it's just cool. I don't know. You always have a really good group up there. So So good to have you as a friend, Miscellaneous. So, Mr. Drew. All right, so we're done. We're done with this. We have an after party link that was put up. If y'all wanna, we got several spots here. If you want to join us, and we'll have a few beers, talk, whatever you want to do. Cheers to the chat. First of all, thank you guys. It's been rocking. I mean, just really going 15,000 strong at the highest peak, which is nice. And you guys are always chatting with us and having a good time. So I appreciate it. We appreciate it. And if you haven't already subscribed to these guys here in the panel, guy and gal, please do. Great people here. So, and I want to also thank you and say cheers to the panel here. Cheers, Chadeo, Bumpy, East Coast LK Reviews, and Sparky. I was gonna go Sparky.
Hey, people do. They call me Sparky.
But thank you. That would be Bumpy Road Brews, not just Bumpy. But thank you. But cheers, and thank you very much for showing up here on the panel. And let's keep this going. Let's populate the panel in the future. Let's get more people here. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. So you'd think I was on crack right now, but I'm not. So yeah, we're gonna get out of here. We don't have Alex to do his last little saying. But I'm gonna say you guys have a good night, day, wherever you're
This
from.
is Alex the Beer Master.
But not after 147. Don't start your glass. Cheers.
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 Cheers,
Cheers, darling.
What the hell you have? Cheers. Fuck yeah.